All right, fellas, April the 12th through the 13th, Warren, Ohio, the Grand Resort. We are super excited to see you there. Click the link in our bio so you guys can get your tickets, okay? And we'll see you all real soon. Take care.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah. We have another great edition for you guys. We have the man out, the spokesperson, the voice, I per se. Mr. Demetrius Harvey. I know y'all know who this is right here.
They know.
They know.
Oh my God!
Come on now.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I love y'all. I just always feel like a big hug anytime.
Come on, man.
It's always so good to be here. Thank y'all, and congratulations on the new space.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yes, so nice, y'all.
Oh my God, we're gonna have some white parties here this summer.
Come on now.
We must.
We're gonna have a good time. But yeah, thank you guys for having me out.
Come on, man.
I appreciate it.
You're home.
Yes,
That's
you
right.
know.
That's right.
Yes.
And you got something amazing to talk about.
Yes.
This is both of you gentlemen.
Absolutely.
This is a big deal. Gotta look out for our fellas.
Absolutely.
We must.
Man Cave 2025, our very first initiative for us bringing men together here in the city of Cleveland. And the theme of this year's event is Every Man is a Son.
Come on,
Every Man is a Son. So we'll get delve into that conversation a little bit, but we are so excited. April the 12th through the 13th, down in Warren, Ohio at the Grand Resort, we are hosting Man Cave, Every Man is a Son. We got a phenomenal lineup of people coming, so we just want to make sure that we're able to bring men together to know that there is community here for you, and we are going to start being the change that we want to see. So
much needed.
I love
Yep.
Yes.
So we're excited. We're excited, and my man Brandon
They
made the flyer. Brandon made the flyer. We are so happy. But anyway, I'm sorry. Let me let you go back.
But first of all, let me say thank you to what y'all are creating and whatnot. Because I know being raised by a single mother, you know what I'm saying, and being the only boy, I needed male figures in my life. You know what I'm saying? I needed to see other black men doing great things. It was led me to do great things myself. So this is very much needed in the community and in the city. So thank y'all for what y'all doing, man.
Well, thank you for every time I'm with you guys. And one thing I always say is when you get, you give. And when you learn, you teach. So thank you for being the change that you would have wanted to have when you were a child, and for you to even come on board to help us with this initiative. I think it's a phenomenal thing, and I'm honored, you know what I'm saying, to share that space with you. And we were having a conversation earlier today when we were just getting everything prepared, and we were saying originally we were thinking, okay, well, who do we bring into the city? You know what I'm saying? Who do we bring in to help us do this initiative? Because, with the way PBH does it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It's a star-studded event, but once again, we went back to the drawing board and said, man, we got gold in our own backyard.
I love it.
Here that's going to be able to help us further and push this particular initiative. And so, we'll talk about the speakers and the layout and the lineup that we have, but man, we would have been remiss to not have our family.
It makes sense. Definitely.
You gotta take us back a little bit.
Okay.
We're telling all the
I know
beautiful
we kind
things
of
to
went
expect,
up there.
but let's fall back and where did this idea even come
Oh man. So Tenora, which you all know Tenora, the founder of the Pink and Black Honors, the founder of Pink Party Retreat.
Which we had a blast out.
Man,
That was for the women.
right?
That was
Absolutely.
for the women.
So
Yes,
the Pink
yes.
Party Retreat is which is what you know. You can actually speak to it a lot better than I can. A weekend for women to be able to come together to feel supported, a place of healing, a place of support, just a place of recharging for women to come and link arms and support one another, be it spiritually, educationally, as far as resources are concerned, and just to be women amongst women, sisters. You know what I'm saying? And so that's actually called the Pink Party Retreat. And so this past year, after we completed the second annual PBH, Pink and Black Honors, Sonora came and said, man, we need to do something for men. And so I said, well, what is it that we need to do? And you'll hear Tenora speak about it a little bit, where we're honoring her brother actually this year. So her brother, who lost his life a couple of years back, actually lost his life doing a job that actually unfortunately took his life. He was crushed by a tree. And she's always wanted to make sure that she's continued his legacy. Even though he's not here, we know that love never dies. It continues on, it just changes forms. And so we said, well, what is it that we can do for men to make sure that men are being supported as well as women, right? And so she said, Meech, we got to do something. And so we said, okay, let's do it. And Man Cave came up. And so we were at breakfast one day. We left church. Shout out to the Word Church. We went to the Word Church, visiting with the Vernons. And we went to breakfast one morning, and we sat there and we prayed. And she said, what's the theme for this year? And the Lord spoke, every man is a son. Because we wanted for every man who's going to be in that room to be able to identify with each other. Then, because the truth is, every man that you see is a son. Is a son to someone. They may not be a father, they may not be a husband, they may not be a brother, but they absolutely are a son. And so that's kind of what we want to elaborate on. And no matter what types of walks of lives that people have, what is it that we have in common? We're so much more alike than we are unalike. And so just starting that initiative and honoring her brother. So this year is actually going to be dedicated to her brothers on the weekend of his birth. And so we'll just continue to keep that going. So everything is very intentional. You know what I mean? Everything is intentional.
She did share that story with us at the Pink Party Retreat. Yes.
So
what
she's
she
always
does it
doing
for her four.
Absolutely.
Her why.
Absolutely. Her why. Yeah. So that's how it began. And then it just kind of snowballed into what we hope is going to be a phenomenal thing.
Oh, it will.
This man and this.
I know. Y'all take it now.
Slide it
Oh,
over.
man, that's your signature. Take it now.
We find ourselves in it sometimes.
Right.
We do.
Yes, and I gotta say, two wines.
Come on, does it every single time.
The Riesling.
Thank
shameless plug. This is phenomenal. But anyway, yes.
No. Listen, and I thought. Remember, so I want to say last year when we had Nikki and we were talking about Pink Party, I was like, we need something for men and whatnot. I thought, that was something. But I guess that
got it rolling.
You have to.
I think now more than ever as well. It's always been needed, but I feel like now more than ever. I just saw a post of a young man got off at 2-something in the morning, just in his car, crying, just talking like it's 2-something in the morning. I don't have anybody to talk to. People don't really care. And if I do talk to them, they just gonna tell me to keep my head up. And he's like, that's what I've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had this conversation early this morning that we do expect a lot out of men. We expect them to carry everything and carry it without being able to share, without being able to talk to anybody, without being able to let loose, unload, any of that. It's just supposed to be very, manly. And you are human beings. That's crazy to think that you can do that.
And a lot of us who are on this path of trying to better our lives and do things on the up and up and trying to be a positive influence in the community. A lot of us don't necessarily have the blueprint before us, right? So then we
Yes,
get
sir.
into the conversation about fathers and how important that role, and even if it's not a father, a male figure, someone who is of strength and of wisdom to be able to come in and help guide these these young boys who are going to turn into contributors of, to society. A lot of them do not have a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's that's for me. I actually have never told this story publicly, so this is actually my first time telling it. But I lost my father back in 2017. Yeah, I lost my father back in 2017 in a very tragic way. Unfortunately, I was 20 years old at the time, and I found my father in his apartment. Some things had transpired, and ever since then, trying to figure out what that identity now looks like. A major part of me being snatched away. I'm named after my father. Demetrius is my father's name. So now as I've gotten older and people call me Meech, every time I hear that, I'm thinking dad. And I'm just trying to perfect his design. And without having had that blueprint of, okay, this is what you do, this is what you need to do, this is how you respond, this is how a man shows up, this is how you need to protect your mother and be there for your grandmother and your siblings, and you need to go to work every day even when you're tired. You won't be out hanging out having a good time, and you get up the next morning, you go to work, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And being an honorable and upstanding person in your community and knowing what community is and all of that. Some of us are just doing it ourselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so we need a community like Man Cave to be able to come for respite, for relaxation, and just say, bruh, listen, I understand what it is for you to be a father, for you to be a son, for you to be a brother, for you to be a friend, for you to be an individual, for you to be an entrepreneur, all of those things at one time. And they always look at men as you're the strong one.
Holding it together.
You got to hold it together no matter what. You break down if you want to.
Yes.
Everything crumbles if you break. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it's the truth, but then there's some other things behind that we got to make sure that we are building community. So brothers know, you have somebody here that can talk to you. You have somebody here that loves you, that understands, what it is that you're going through. And sometimes, man, you just need a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
so
need a
true.
break.
That's a break.
I've recently taken on a new position here on my personal career path, and it's very overwhelming. And one day, I was just trying to hold everything together, and I got off. I pulled out of that parking lot, and I called one of my mentors. I said, well, I just need you to pray for me. And the tears just started streaming down my face because I just felt overwhelmed. But I was so happy and thankful that even though I had gone through losing my father and then losing my grandfather, I don't have any uncles, I don't have men in my family that I can go to. I'm so thankful that I have a village of people that I've created family with that I can call, because not everybody that has a stressful day has somebody that they can call.
Indeed.
That'll pray for them, that'll pour into them. You wish you had your button right.
I really did, Meech.
It was a good moment.
It was a good moment.
I was involved in the conversation.
Please do it. I was a good moment.
My fault. I was slipping. He's gonna say.
It was looking. I was so grateful that I had somebody to call. And it's actually been in the midst of us creating this space. And so I'm like, man, I'm feeling overwhelmed while we're trying to create something for people who are feeling overwhelmed. But God is so mindful and so wise that, when you're going through trying to create something or trying to be a change, you got to know what that feels like. You got to know what it is to have that need. And so even in that moment when I hung up the phone and my spirit was a lot lighter, I said, wow, Lord, this is what it is that we're going to be creating for those of us who are feeling this way. So thank you for the overwhelming feeling. So now I don't want it all the time, but,
No, but I understand. Yes. You had a way to release.
Yeah.
You had a way to know that you have support. Someone has your back.
I say this, and I'm talking from my own personal experience. I think a lot of times for us men, we need a place to be vulnerable. And that's why when we find a place to be vulnerable. We have our friends, but we they know me as this. I can't be Brandon who cry. I can't be Brandon who's vulnerable. I can't be Brandon who's feeling a certain type of way. I got, like you said, got to be strong. I got to be a man. Man, listen. We need it as men. And
we got to have
Cave is the place that you need to be at.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing is hearing it from people who have gone through different parts of life. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes when you're in something, you feel that it's only you that's ever gone through it, or because it's overtaking your world. You know what I'm saying? You feel like nobody is able to understand. You don't have anybody that you can talk to or bounce ideas off of. But the even the lineup of people that we have that are coming to be able to pour into these men, you know what I mean? Each one of them have achieved a different level of success. I mean, you have like a Joe Little, you know what I'm saying, from the Rude Boys.
Come on now.
Who's a Grammy Award winning, a musician and artist. You know, you have a Philly Wheaton, you know, who's doing all the things that he's doing here in the city of Cleveland. You have Jeff Brown with Confessions, and oh my God, man, there's so many. I hate to start naming names, so I always forget. But you know, you have all of these different men who have been through different levels, and like Waverly Willis, who have been through different levels in life. Who can identify with something, you know what I'm saying? So every man is a son, even if I'm not dealing with exactly what you're dealing with, I can connect with you on some sort of level. And so, you know, iron sharpens iron. You know, we need one another. So that's what we're hoping.
And when I hear that title, I also, what goes through my mind is just like you're saying, like every man is a son. Everyone can learn something.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what goes through my mind when I hear that title.
Yes.
So yes, I know the men are going to walk away from there rejuvenated, feeling like someone has their back, feeling like they can reach out and have that community and have a brother.
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt leaving out a Pink Party retreat. Like it was phenomenal.
You might as well get your butt back. Get my man. Thank you. They don't press it, you get the press. You doggone yeah. I mean, and then you know, even with on that Sunday, so we'll be there the 12th and the 13th. So it's a Saturday and Sunday, just turnaround trip. But even on that Sunday, Judah Early,
my pastor.
Come
on, pastor.
Come on up.
Judah Early will be there to bring it all together, to make sense of all of this, to make sure that you're leaving out of that space with something, because the day doesn't end. I mean, it's 24 hours in a day. You got day and night, but the day really don't end. It really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, if you have to get up at 3 a.m. to change a diaper, somebody gonna have a headache. You gonna have to do this for mama. You gotta take this trash out. You gonna do. I mean, there's so much that comes along with just everybody's everyday life. So, man, we really do hope that somebody's life will be able to be changed. And we were watching The Forge. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see The Forge. Phenomenal movie. If you guys have not gotten a chance to see The Forge, watch it and really get what the meaning behind all of it is and the intention behind it. It's a group of men that come together to be able to pour into the lives of young men, men who have been able to make a certain way of escape for themselves, a certain level of success for themselves, and like I said, when you get, you give, and when you learn, you teach. And they would come together just at dinner, and they would circle around these young men and speak life into them and tell them you're going to be this and you're going to be somebody and you're supported. And even if you don't have a father that's there to support you, you know what I'm saying? There are people here. You know, we even have a segment at Mankato that's going to be called Unks and Nephews, where we transfer the wisdom from the elders to the young folks. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you sitting talking to your aunt, you know what I'm saying? You're like, nephew, let me holler at you. You know, on the grill and stuff, you know. But that's what we want to be able to curate. We also have a segment called Barbershop Talk. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of us who don't have fathers, or were raised by mothers, or even those of us who even do, going to that barbershop on Saturday morning, man, it's a fellowship, it's community, and you hear sounds that you don't normally hear. So, you know, you listening to men talk about marriage and relationship and money and community and politics and professions and finances, and you're listening, and you kind of feel like, okay, I got something to talk about, or I'm listening.
Yeah.
And so now you start implementing it yourself. But those are some of the most formative years for us as young men, specifically in the Black community, specifically. Because you know it's a safe place that you can go and you're going to be poured into. And even if they're not talking to you, just what they're exchanging amongst one another, you're going to hear something and it's going to resonate. So we got barbershop talk.
That's nice.
Man, it's going to be good.
Yes, it is.
The reason why I want to harp on that because unfortunately back in the day the barbershop talk wasn't the best talk.
It wasn't the best of talk. It wasn't the best of talk. You know, but they say you eat the fish and spit out the bone.
And there we go. And I'm gonna say I like that. No, but that's the difference between this and Mac because you're getting those talks, but wholesome, good for you talks that are going to feed your spirit and not just the foolishness that sometimes comes with going to the barbershop too. I remember once I got in trouble, I came back home, I was like, Mom, what about this and this? I had a whooping because what? Barbershop, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to put that out there for the mom, you know.
But man, you know, sometimes but we gotta have it.
Yeah,
you know what
I was
I'm
gonna say y'all gonna have to.
We have to have that level of conversation.
Oh
because,
yeah.
I mean, it builds who we are. But yeah, you might have got popped in your mouth.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, there's somebody Eddie Murphy Raw, and I was talking about some of the segments on Eddie Murphy Raw. I didn't know who Eddie Murphy was at the time, and I'm talking about the stuff. Sorry, Ma. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't talking about when he had on the red.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Didn't know. You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, barbershop today.
It must be time for me to watch that because 2 days in a row somebody was talking about
Get
Raw.
out of there.
Yeah.
You might need to go on there and watch that.
Let's talk about the age group.
Yes.
What we doing here? Is it everybody? We need everybody in the building. What's
So
going
we
on
do
here?
need everybody in the building. However, we want to be mindful. So you know, it is at the Grand Resort. And so wanting to make sure that we're being mindful of people coming. It's 15 and up. It's 15 or 16 and up. God, they're gonna kill me. But it's either 15 and up or 16 and up. So you know, fellas, you have the opportunity to come with your sons.
Yeah.
You have the opportunities to come with your nephews. Sponsor a young man, you know, be it a man in your company, a young man in your church, a young man in your community, a young man in your fraternity. You know, we have sponsorship opportunities. You don't have to stay there overnight with us. We would love if you do. You know, so we have different room rates available. So, and I know that we'll post our link once we get this going.
Yeah.
And
that'll be on the show notes, by the way. Right, the show notes, y'all.
Yeah. But so 15 and up, so young men can come because it's conversations that they need to have, and they need to see brothers coming together in a time where this gun violence, specifically here in Cleveland, has gotten so out of control. Man, we're losing lives, and I was having a conversation here recently with one of our employees. I said, you know, mothers are not having children for you to put bullets in.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that just hurts to be in the city where it's so heightened. And we gotta be the change that we want to see. We have to be, you know, because where there is evil, there's also good. Come on now. So we gonna have to highlight some level of good. You know, we're gonna smoke us some cigars and drink us some wine, but we also gonna have us a good time. You know what I mean? And we're gonna pour into each other. And the other part about this that we're really investing in is that's good, ain't it?
You can have on supply.
The other part about this that we're really investing in is the follow-up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes these types of events, you know, you have the lights, camera, action, or the big glamorous events, and they look good, they feel good. People come together, they got their poker face on, and then that's it. We don't see you again until next year.
Right.
We are actually creating a system to where we can make sure that we're touching these points throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? So that brothers know that when you leave here, this is not just something that you have to look forward to next year. but you're gonna have
Continue
you're gonna have resources. I mean, we're gonna have job readiness. We're gonna have resume building there. Chase Bank is actually coming on board with us to help us. We have some financial literacy that's going to be there.
Come on now.
We're going to be there's going to be job opportunities and whatnot. So we really want for this to be productive and impactful outside of it just being a place for brothers to come and network. We really want to be able to provide resources for people who are in need. And even if you're not necessarily in need, sometimes that one right connection, you know what I'm saying? You being in the room with who, God is destined for you to be in the room with, it can change the trajectory of your life. And so that's what we hope. You know what I'm saying? That's what we hope. So man, we got a lot of really good things. So I hope that you guys come. I really do.
Yes. So how can they get tickets?
So if you guys follow Man Cave 216, can you pull it up on your? I'm so sorry.
And by the way, guys, once you get that link, we'll have it right in the show.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna get y'all the link. I don't have it right here. I don't want to take up too much time.
No,
but,
you're good.
it's on Eventbrite. It's on Eventbrite. My man is pulling it up. So, but you will post. It'll be exactly where it needs to be.
You're watching this. You're listening to this.
And we'll keep posting.
Yeah,
We're all
right
going to
there.
be posting.
Yes, we'll all be posting. Let me see.
Yeah.
All right, so it is on Eventbrite, and you can follow us at Man Cave 216. Man Cave, MANCAVE 216. That's we actually just we said, man, we got to get a social media going for this. So let's go. But Man Cave 216, that's where you can follow us, and in the bio is where you will see the link. You can click there. We have our different room rates. You have your tickets that you can purchase. Yeah, man, it's going to be a phenomenal event. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So you guys are watching this, like I said, you guys are watching, listen to it, right in the show notes. Boom, right there. So.
And we're going to have the pull-up experience there.
Come on. Let me get that one time.
Pull-up experience will be in the building with us. Absolutely. Just capturing some footage and just talking to the brothers throughout the whole experience, just to kind of see in real time what that impact looks like. And then, this isn't just a one-time thing. We're going to be doing this annually, in honor of Tenor's brother who went on to be on the other side. And so we're so happy and thankful. Can we give it up for Tenor?
Come on,
Tenor, man, and what is so phenomenal, I think I've been here with you all maybe 4 or 5 times now. We've done this. I mean, it's like I'm on the payroll, I'm on the payroll at this point. But this phenomenal lady, this phenomenal woman, this phenomenal mother, this phenomenal daughter, this phenomenal entrepreneur, this phenomenal philanthropist, this phenomenal person in this city and abroad has created a space for people. But I'm going to speak on it on a personal level. She's created a space for me. You know what I'm saying? As a young Black man, I'm here talking about an initiative that my heart is completely attached to, but she created this space for me to be able to give what it is that God has put on the inside of me. You know what I'm saying? And she's carved the lane. And so I just encourage people, man, even if it doesn't come from your family members, sometimes you think it would. Even if it doesn't come from your friends, sometimes you think it would. Or that God can use anybody to come into your life to be able to illuminate what it is that He's put on the inside of you. And so I'm forever indebted to her because it has really pulled at my heartstrings and it's really created and continued to cultivate just the investment that God has put there. And so I wouldn't be here, knowing you all if it wasn't for this space. And so I know from a personal standpoint what community can do. I know from a personal standpoint how community and mentors, and if you're a man, it doesn't have to be a man that's only your mentor.
No, come on now.
You can be a young, God uses mothers. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes those are the ones who can really get us to think straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just so grateful. So I'm talking from a very personal place when I say we want to curate a space to be able to, when you get, you give, and when you learn, you teach. And that has been my experience. That has been what's been invested into me. And so that's the reason why I'm here. So.
And when you said that, right before you said that, I was going to jump in and I was going to say, the things that you guys are doing,
phenomenal.
It just makes me so proud. So proud of my city. You know what I'm saying? So proud of my community. There's some heavy hitters, and people are actually walking like they talking, you know, and they are making it so that we can all get together, and the community is becoming stronger and stronger, and we're pulling, you know, start pulling everybody pulling everybody in to experience this, and like you said, be in your purpose, be in your purpose, and it's just beautiful. It really is.
I'm happy to be a part.
Me
I'm
too.
happy to be a part, you know, and it takes all of us. Like I keep saying, you know, being the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
It takes all of us, but sometimes it takes a leader to be able to say, this is what we're going to do by any means necessary. You know, it takes me back to the scripture when Jesus said, if you don't praise me, the rocks will cry out.
The rocks will cry
By
out.
any means necessary. It's going to get done.
That's powerful.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to come on and you want to be a part of it, that's wonderful. If you want to come on and if you want to partake of what it is that we're doing, that's wonderful. But if you don't, that's fine too. Because either way, this train is moving. One monkey don't stop no show. Hey! Yeah, so man, I am so happy to be a part of this. I really am. I'm so happy to be able to curate thoughts and ideas that God chooses to breathe. And so, you know, this isn't the last. This is
First of many.
the first of many.
Well, we got you here, Meech. I was about to say, speaking of that, right? Let's talk about pink and black honor. Well, we got you, man.
So I know that we'll have a separate forum where we'll be able to come in the name of Pink and Black Honors to be able to talk a little bit about that. But however, we have put out just some teasers out there. So Pink and Black Honors, June the 22nd. June the 22nd. This year we moved it to a Sunday.
So this is year 3.
This is the third annual PBA. So we are super excited. So we actually, tickets are now available. If you go on and follow the Pink and Black Honors on social media, and if you go onto the pinkandblackhonors.com, you'll be able to start purchasing your tickets.
Yes. Get them now.
Get them now.
Listen.
Don't be last.
I was getting ready to say, because it's really Nick's event. It's really, she starts shopping for her outfit 2 years in advance. You know, I mean, she bring the whole city out. This is like, I mean, she is just entertainment. Oh my God. I enjoy when the time comes around, because I'll be looking for you to walk through the door. Amongst a host of other things that we have going on, she comes in with this light and this beauty to you. And I love to see your enthusiasm about it. It's amazing.
So amazing.
It's amazing.
The Grammys of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Celebrating
Matt Gallagher,
entrepreneurs.
Grammys,
all of that. Like, if you ever wanted to do something like that and that's on your bucket list, is right here in Cleveland. Right here in Cleveland.
Right here. Right here. What I will say, just to kind of
people.
But what I will just sprinkle out there, because we have officially made the announcement, Sherry Shepherd is coming to the city. Sherry Shepherd will be here with us for Pink and Black Honors as our keynote address, and we have so many other people coming. So you guys just keep an eye out for us.
Yes.
And so this is just an arm of that. We also have Myrna, which is the Minority Resource Networking Expo that's coming up. That's going to be
Totally got so much information from that for the first one last year.
Man, it's
hyped me up.
thing.
I was ready. I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
What I love about the pull-up experience is you guys show up for us.
Oh, come on now. That's what I pledge. Come on.
I mean, and not just for us, but you guys show up for everybody. And you guys have created such a platform and such a space for people to be able to come and just share what it is that they have. Like, kudos to you guys.
That collaboration.
And this, and I'll say this is just the first of many. This is the first of so much that God is going to do for you all.
Receive it, Lord.
This is the first of so much that God is going to do for you all, and the platforms and how you all are going to just be catapulted just for your continued faithfulness and your continued dreaming. You know, earlier when I walked in, you said, I had bought so much stuff in preparation of moving into a new space. And you becoming prepared when the opportunity came, you were ready for it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so that's just the first of many. You know, God is going to bless y'all. He's going to bless the work of your hands. Everything you all touch is going to turn to gold, and you'll continue to do the work. You're going to continue to do
See that?
phenomenal
Come on,
work
Pastor
in
Meach.
the city.
Okay, okay, Pastor Meach.
Y'all gonna continue to do phenomenal work in the city, and whatever we can do to continue to help and support, that's what we will do. We will always be
We
there for you
appreciate
guys.
you guys so much.
The only other thing I gotta say, next time y'all hold a Spades event, you can't win.
How
you win your own
We have to
event?
deal with that though.
You
We
know
have
what
to
I'm
deal with
saying?
that on a regular basis.
How you do that? They held a Spades event
And he
when
won.
we came out. He hosted it. And he won the prize. How you gonna win?
Where they do that at?
Where they do that at? The
I don't
pull-up
understand.
experience. That's all right. We'll deal with it. And until next time.
Until next time. Y'all heard that now. Y'all heard that. Him and the kid, they both be coming at me and whatnot.
See,
We'll be ready.
see.
Foolish.
But this man cave, fellas.
Yes.
I know y'all heard everything that was talked about. I know you gotta feel like you have to be there.
Yes.
Like you absolutely have to be there. Like he said, bring your sons, your nephews, your grandbabies. Who bring the men, bring the young men to the old 15 and above.
Yes.
This is the place where you want to be. This is where you're gonna get poured into. You're gonna have that community, that fellowship, that brotherhood.
Absolutely.
Get your tickets. We of course will have all the information you need to have for the tickets. Like I said, with my experience with the ladies,
Yeah.
like you won't miss it.
Yeah.
I won't miss another one.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Mm.
And you know, I'll leave you all with this. There was something that I heard that was so profound, and what I really hope happens here in this space that we're creating is that an elder can see more sitting down than a young man can see in the top of a tree. And that just resonated so heavily with me. And I
heavy.
hope
That's
that,
real.
man, you think about that.
That's
You think
real.
about, because it's about experience.
Yep.
It's about what you know to be true. And sometimes us young folks, you know, we out here grinding. We out here trying to make it work and trying to do all we can. And sometimes, you know, we need to be reminded that there's a brother came before us that knows a little bit. And him sitting there pouring into us can propel us into places long before our work ethic can. You know, wisdom and experience can. So, man, we look forward to seeing you guys.
And I want to take a minute to talk to the introverts or the men who pride will tell you do not come because I got it. Please, as a man talking to another man, I'm begging you to get in this room. If you feel overwhelmed, you feel like you are just at the end of your rope, we want you in the room. We need you in the room. Come and find me, and we're going to come open arms and tell, come on in, brother.
That's right.
We need you, okay?
That's right.
So get your tickets today. Not tomorrow.
Today.
Not
Get them today.
Get them today. We want to see you there, okay?
Yep. Well, thank you guys so much for having
Come on
me.
now,
Oh,
Mitch.
you already know
come
that.
on now, brother.
Family.
Absolutely. And until next time, you know, we'll be here pretty soon talking about Think Black Honor.
Yes, yep. Y'all stay tuned for that.
Man Cave 2025, Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. It is going to be April 12th. April 12th through the 13th.
You got it.
Yes.
You got it.
So, guys,
both of these gentlemen will be there.
Yes.
Right. Familiar faces.
Yes.
Like I said, Brandon made the flyer.
Mama, I made it, Mama. Mama, I made it.
We love y'all.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Take
Right?
care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.